Okay, in this section we are going to talk about using functions involving the number e. So e is a number like pi that is non-ending, non-repeating. This is how we define the number e. And they use the letter e because Leonhard Euler, actually some pronounce it Euler, some pronounce it Euler, discovered this. Okay, so, and his name starts with an e, hence the name e for this number. But what this is defined to be is the limit as n approaches infinity, positive infinity, of 1 plus 1 over n to the nth power. So in other words, if I put in increasingly large numbers here, I put in 100 and then 1,000 and then 10,000, then 1 million, etc. As I put in larger and larger numbers, this is going to continue to give me the same number. And you can try that on your calculator. Put in a whole bunch of bigger numbers here, and you're going to see that you get 2.718 and so on. Okay, now again, this is non-ending and non-repeating. So just like pi, e is irrational because it's a non-ending, non-repeating decimal. Okay, we also call this number the natural base because this has many applications in nature or in the natural world. So that's why it's called the natural base e. So that's what the number is. Now let's look how we can use it. But the thing that you've got to remember here is it's a number. Okay, it's just like pi is 3.14, e is 2.718. Okay, but my rules of exponents still apply just like they did before. And we can treat the e like we do a variable just because the powers in that still apply even if it's a number, okay? But what you're doing with this, if you multiply two bases that are the same, what do you do with their exponents? Well, it's no different than what it was before. We add the exponents. So this is e to the 15th because 9 plus 6 is 15. Okay, same thing here. Bases are the same. We're multiplying these bases, so we add the exponents. So it's x plus 2x plus 1. Well, that's 3x plus 1. Okay, so it's not any new rules of exponents. They're still the same. So here when you divide same bases, what do you do with the exponents when you divide? Well, you subtract them. Okay, we're still simplifying this the same. 60 divided by 12, that leaves a 5, right? And e to the 8th divided by e to the 3rd, we subtract those, and it's e to the 5th. Okay, power to a power, still doing that the same. So it's negative 10 to the 3rd power. But remember, it's that quantity to the 3rd power. It's whatever's in here, that quantity to the 3rd power. It's this quantity to the 3rd power. So it's e to the negative 5x to the 3rd power. Okay, well, negative 10 to the 3rd power is negative 10 times negative 10 times negative 10. Okay, that's going to give us a negative 1,000. And then here, power to a power, you multiply. So this is e to the negative 15x. Now remember, negative exponents, what happens with that? Well, that means this is negative 1,000 over e to the 15x, if you want to get rid of the negative exponents. Okay, so rules of exponents, still the same. Okay, so you try this one. E to the 5th times e to the negative 3, all to the 7th power. Okay, so two things you can do. You can do this inside first, and that makes it e squared to the 7th. And then a power to a power, you multiply, so it's e to the 14th. Now you could have applied this power and got e to the 35th, e to the negative 21, 35 and negative 21, still 14. Okay? Okay, on your calculator. So on your calculator, when you put this in on your calculator, scientific calculators will have a button, E, and so all you're doing is taking that and carry it to whatever power you have. So if we want to put e to the 6th in, we'll grab the calculator here. And let's see, I guess this one doesn't have an e. that it did. Okay, so I found a different scientific calculator here that we can use. This one does have the E button right here, or the e to the x right here. So the e to the x means that you're going to take e to a power. If you just want e, if I just hit e here, I'm going to get the 2.71828 and so on. Okay, if I hit e to the x, then it's going to take it to that power. Okay, so you can use whichever you prefer, doesn't matter. But if you do e to the x, some of them you have to put what your power is in first. Some of them you can put this first and then put the power. It just depends on which calculator you have. So on this one, in particular, you have to put the power in first. So if I want to take it to the 6th power, I do that and I hit the e to the x. And so it's 403.4. And again, you could just hit e, and if it doesn't have an e to the x, your calculator, hit your e, then to the power of 6, and what does that equal? Well, 403.4. So we say this is about 403.4. And again, depending on whatever they ask you to round to. So you try this one here. Okay, so e to the power of negative 0.28. Oops, I didn't get a negative. There we go. Equals. So you should have gotten 0.7557. If you round to the nearest 10th, it'd be 0.8. If you round to the nearest 100th, it'd be 0.76. And probably you should round to the nearest 100th here because this was to the 100th. So 0.76 is about what that would be. Okay. So here, thinking about these graphs now. Now remember, these are exponential functions. E is a number. It's 2.718. So I have 3 times some number to a power. Okay? So it's still an exponential function. Now, when we look at this, this is the same as saying 3, and that negative 1, it can be e to the negative 1 to the x. So really what we have is 3 times 1 over e to the x. Here is my growth factor. Well, 1 over 2.718 is less than 1. It's between 0 and 1, right? So this is going to be exponential decay. Okay? What happens here, again, separate it out. This is 2 times e to the 4th to the x. Well, e to the 4th is your growth factor. And that is greater than 1. So this is exponential growth. Okay? So again, just remember that that letter e is a number. It's 2.718. So we can have exponential growth and decay functions with it. So reminding us of our graphs here with exponential growth and decay, what happens? Well, remember we put these in, and sometimes you had to put some other numbers in, but this kind of gave you an idea of what was going on, because if you put a negative 1 in, it just flips it. It's 1 over e, right? And so that's going to be 1 over 2.718, which is, close to 1/3. Put 0 in, anything to the 0 power is 1. Put 1 in, and you get e, which is 2.718, right? So you could graph that and see what happens. But this e is 2.718. It's greater than 1. So this is going to be exponential growth, okay? So, but you could just plot these points and see what it looks like. But again, your domain, still all reals, because you haven't changed anything. I can put any x in here, okay? Just because this is 2.718 rather than 2 doesn't mean my domain is going to change. My range, what's going to happen here again? Just like before, they're all going to be above the x-axis. So that means all my y values have to be greater than 0. Okay. Now this one, again, the negative x here really means that this is e to the negative 1 to the x. Well, e to the negative 1 is 1 over e. So this is your factor that you're looking at to see if it's growth or decay. 1 over e, 1 over 2.718, that's close to 1/3. That's still between 0 and 1, right? So this is a decay function. But all that means is that it's going to look like this rather than the growth function that looks like this. Okay, so the domain it's still all reals. Okay, and the range still greater than 0. Okay, so the domain and range really didn't change any from what we knew before with these functions. Okay, this is a new equation right here, and this you will want to know. This is the amount of money you will have in an account if you invest P dollars, that's the principal, at a certain rate, APR, annual percentage rate, over a certain number of years, T. And it's compounded continuously. That's the key here. So what this does is, you know that if you compound continuously in this equation, we'd have to say 1 plus the rate. Even if we did it every day, it'd be 365 to the 365t. Well, think about doing it every second. Okay, that's going to be a very large number. You can go ahead and figure out if you want to how many seconds are in a year. Well, this looks like our number, or very close to our number we had, where we were taking our rate, but it was 1 over n to the n. The number we had, that's called e, because e is the limit as n gets very, very large of 1 plus 1 over n to the n. So that's that part of it. What's left is the r and t. Guess what? That's what's out here. Okay, so that's where that comes from. This is your formula for continuous compounding. If it's compounded continuously, we just plug it in here. So your amount equals your principal that you invested, so that's $5,000. Okay, E, and then to the RT, and that's just in years. A yearly rate, so that's 0.015, and then the years times 3. Okay, you can put this into your calculator. It might be a good idea to simplify a little bit first. So if you say 0.015, let's go back to this calculator we had. 0.015, excuse me, to the, was it third power? Can't remember now. Yep, the third power equals, and then you can put that in there. Okay, or better yet, just leave it in your calculator. You know that you have to do this, and it has to be e to that power, right? So it's e to that power, and so we're taking that, e to the x. And then leave it in your calculator again, because that's what you have here, and you're going to take it times 5,000. So, and then times 5,000 equals. So I don't think that's right. Okay, I don't know what I did on that calculator, but I did something wrong. So the 0.015 times 3 should be 0.045. So let's try that again. 0.015 times 3 is 0.045. Okay, so this is 0.045. Now, again, you can put it in as is. Most calculators will do this correctly, but it might be a good idea to start right there. Okay, so if you put in your e to the 0.045, let's make sure I have this cleared. I'm not sure what went wrong before. But you're taking e to the power of 0.045 equals. And that then times your $5,000 equals. So it's $5,230.14. Okay, so $5,230.14. That's your balance after 3 years. So again, if you wanted to know your interest, it'd be the $230.14. Okay, here is your assignment.